Hello everyone, Science 1 Standard 9, Chapter number 1 Laws of Motion. This is 20th video of this lesson, and in this video we'll see the second part of Newton's second law of motion. In previous video we learned the concept momentum. Once again I remind you what is momentum. Momentum is the quantity which is used to measure the amount of motion in the body, and momentum is directly proportional to mass as well as velocity. Now we will see how momentum is related with Newton's second law of motion. First see what is Newton's second law of motion. The rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force, and the change of momentum occurs in the direction of the force. We will prove this law with some example. Now let's consider a car whose battery is dead, or we can say discharged. 2 to 3 people tried to push the car and it didn't start because the time duration of force applied was less. Now they were advised to push car constantly for a longer duration of time. This time the car start because the force applied this time is more and for longer duration of time. Let's take another example. If you are playing cricket, if ball is coming at you at high speed, or we can say at high momentum, you will have to apply more force to change its momentum. But ball is coming at a slow momentum or a speed, then you have to apply less force to change its momentum. So from this we can conclude force is directly proportional to change in momentum. So force is directly proportional to change in momentum. Greater the momentum, or we can say more the momentum, more will be the force, and less the momentum, force will be the less. Means we have to apply a less force. Okay. Now let's derive the equation. Suppose an object of a mass m has an initial velocity u when a force F is applied to the direction of its velocity for a time t, its velocity becomes v. So here the initial velocity is u, so the initial momentum of an object is mu, and its final velocity is v, so final momentum after time t is equal to mv. So rate of change of momentum is equal to change in momentum upon time. So what is change in momentum? Change in momentum will get if we subtract this both initial momentum and the final momentum upon time t, then we'll get a change in momentum. So change in momentum is mv minus mu upon time t, and which is equals to m in bracket v minus u upon time t. Here m is common, so we take off from the bracket, so m in bracket v minus u upon time t, and everybody knows v minus u upon time t is nothing but a acceleration. Acceleration is change in velocity upon time t, and so v minus u upon t is nothing but a acceleration. So instead of this we can put a, that is acceleration. So which is equals to m into a. M into, instead of this we put a. So rate of change of momentum is equal to ma. Okay. Now, according to the Newton's second law of motion, rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force. Okay, it's directly it is proportional to the applied force, and the change of momentum occurs in the direction of force. Suppose I am applying a force. Suppose I am applying a force on this direction, momentum will occur on this direction. Suppose I am applying a force on this direction, the momentum will occur on this direction. Okay. So, according to the Newton's second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force. So, rate of change of momentum, just now we have find out, that is ma in previous slide is directly proportional to the applied force. The rate of change of momentum is nothing but ma, which is directly proportional to the applied force. So force is equals to k into m. This proportionality, instead of this k is a proportionality constant and its value is 1. The k is proportionality constant and its value is 1. So we, instead of proportionality, we took this k and its value is 1. So F is equal to m into a. This is our final formula. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. And this is your Newton's second law of motion. Now, force of unit of force, extremely sorry, the unit for the force in SI system, the unit of force is Newton, and in CGS system the unit of force is dyne. Okay. One more thing, children, if the two objects having a different masses and which are initially at rest, means initial velocity is 0, initial velocity is same, that is 0, the initial momentum for both is 0. Suppose a force F acting for the time t on both objects, the lighter object start moving faster than heavier object. However, from the above formula, we know that the rate of change of momentum, that is F, in both object is same, and the total change in their momentum will also be a same. Thus, if the same forces is applied on a different object, the change in momentum is same. So here we stop. In the next video, we'll see the Newton's third law of motion. Thank you.